Mindfulness Intervention, FO Case Study. FO is a 7-year-old African American male student attending a public elementary school. He was referred for services by the special education teacher with a focus on social skill development and emotion regulation. He has previously completed grades pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade at the same school. FO lives with his mother and father and does not have any siblings. There are also no known relatives or extended family that live locally. FO was recently diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder as of this current school year. FO displays strengths that he can utilize throughout his school day. He is very intelligent and excels in math and spelling. FO also performs well in art and music classes. FO has a few peers in class that he engages with, as well as peers in other classes. He is flexible with changing schedules and staff if there is a substitute teacher, and he seems to have an interest in becoming more social. FO has very involved parents that are supportive of the interventions that we put in place as his support staff. Some challenges that FO faces are regulating his emotions as well as social skill development. FO is easily triggered and becomes frustrated and angry at a moment's notice. There is no clear trigger reported by the teacher at this time. FO displays disruptive and aggressive behaviors when triggered, including property destruction and self-injurious behaviors. These behaviors cause social skill deficits for FO because his peers don't seem to want to interact with him. FO is currently participating in mindfulness practices throughout his school day, as well as social skill sessions both individually and in groups during recess and lunch times. This intervention will be approximately 6 weeks in length, as consistently as possible depending on that day's schedule. The goal is that FO's triggers will be identified, FO will learn to self-regulate when triggered, and he will be able to appropriately build and engage in friendships with his peers. Mindfulness participation for FO is a critical part of his day. Every morning, FO does a check-in after he eats breakfast. After we check in to see how he is feeling that day, FO listens to 3 minutes of calming music. The goal here is to set the tone for a calm start to the day. After his music, FO engages in a guided meditation of his choice, either a Go Noodle session or YouTube, which I will touch on later in this presentation. During meditation, FO is encouraged to focus on the present task as well as the present moment, and we leave all negative thoughts and feelings outside the room. Breathing techniques are used if FO becomes agitated. Right now, what we're working on is called square breathing, which is on the next slide. After music, meditation, and breathing techniques are done, which takes approximately 10 to 15 minutes, FO makes a plan for his day and how he is going to use strategies to have a positive day. Some strategies we're working on right now are self-talk and calming breathing in the moment. These are two breathing visual supports that FO uses. The first one is called square breathing. When FO is visually escalating, he is prompted to draw his square. FO will start drawing at the top left corner, breathe in and draw across. When he reaches the top right corner, FO starts to breathe all the way out while drawing down, and this process is completed until a square is drawn and can be redone as many times as necessary. FO seems to enjoy this strategy, and we have found that it is a successful calming breathing tool. Another visual I like to use is the picture on the right. If I can tell that FO is getting frustrated, I'll pause what we're doing and prompt him to breathe in to smell the flower and breathe out to blow out the candle. Both of these visual supports help FO to become aware of his emotion in that moment while helping him get back to a calm state by bringing attention to his breath. This is another visual support I use one-on-one with FO. This visual helps to have him understand that if he is able to become aware of how he's thinking and feeling, he can then keep his emotions under control, which can then lead to more comfortable, appropriate, and successful social interactions, which can then lead to FO building the friendships he's interested in. The mindful snack is a visual support that the school psychologist likes to use a lot. I incorporate it into FO sessions when we use role play to practice social interactions. So step 1 is to stop whatever you're doing. Step 2 is to notice what is happening around you, also to notice what you're thinking about in that moment. Step 3 is to accept that whatever happened has happened, and you have to acknowledge that it indeed did happen. Step 4 is to be curious. This is when you should be thinking about that experience that just happened, and you should be focusing on what am I thinking right now, or what do I need right now. Then finally, the last step is kindness. In this final step, you should respond to yourself and others in a kind and respectful way, and observe how kindness and respectfulness can help to resolve conflicts. Mindfulness is a practice that ties together different religions such as Hinduism, Judaism, and Buddhism, and connects them with yoga and meditation. John Kabat-Zinn is notably the biggest influence on bringing mindfulness to the United States when he founded the Center for Mindfulness at the University of Massachusetts Medical School, the Oasis Institute for Mindfulness-Based Professional Education, as well as a developed training on mindfulness-based stress reduction programs. One of the most popular mindfulness quotes can be seen in the picture on the right. It reads, "Mindfulness means paying attention in a particular way, on purpose, in the present moment, and non-judgmentally." Mindfulness has been used in clinical practice for over 30 years as a form of non-pharmacologic psychotherapy. More recently, mindfulness in classroom settings have been more recognized, along with social emotional learning initiatives and positive behavior interventions and support. My current placement is very supportive on implementing both of these initiatives. I attend weekly meetings both for social emotional learning and positive behavior interventions and support. I attend these meetings with the school clinicians, teachers, as well as administrative staff. Mindfulness interventions have been deemed successful as a tool to alleviate disruptive behaviors in classrooms while promoting and increasing pro-social behaviors, regulating emotions, as well as improving academic performance. Most interventions in the literature suggest implementing interventions for mindfulness for 8 to 12 weeks with pre- and post data to show effectiveness and success. These types of interventions have been proven effective for disruptive behaviors in classroom settings and are appropriate for school-age children, but can also be used in any clinical setting for any age population. A big part of mindfulness is not just the benefits it has on the body, but on the brain as well. The amygdala is aroused when detecting and reacting to emotions, especially strong emotions such as fear. Mindfulness can help this part of the brain be less activated when presented with those strong feelings. The hippocampus can be impacted by mindfulness in regard to learning and memory, and the prefrontal cortex is associated with maturity, regulating emotions, regulating behaviors, as well as making wise decisions. Mindfulness can help this part of the brain to be more activated during day-to-day choices and activities. Mindfulness can look differently depending on the individual, their practice, and their current personal needs. Regardless of what the stimuli is that the individual is working to target, being mindful is the ability to be fully present and aware of where you are, what you're doing, what you're thinking, and how to not be overwhelmed by the stimuli around you. Mindfulness can involve different practices such as yoga, meditation sessions, as well as positive thinking and self-talk during everyday activities. Mindfulness can be easy and feasible for people to use both individually, in groups, and in organizations. Mindfulness intervention resources are available at little to no cost and can be easily implemented in any clinical setting. The first resource that can aid teachers or professionals to implement mindfulness into their day is GoNoodle. GoNoodle is a free, research-based, and easy-to-use interactive website that helps teachers and parents get kids moving with interactive activities. The intended population is kids aged kindergarten to 5th grade, but can be used for younger or older kids if deemed appropriate. This resource can be easily accessed from any computer or cell phone. The only requirement is a valid email address. GoNoodle is designed using exercise science to develop activities for school-aged kids to be healthy in terms of their mind, body, and brain. Mindfulness tools in GoNoodle include empowerment tools to empower the mind, body, and heart, 1-minute videos prompting students to stop and think that sets positive intentions for the day or for that current task, yoga stretching videos to promote balance and relaxation, yoga flow to practice mindfulness and self-regulation, and 1 to 2 minute deep breathing exercises to help with transitioning between activities. Smiling Mind is another free program that provides resources to professionals in the field to support mindfulness and meditation skills. Smiling Mind was developed by a nonprofit organization that works to make mindfulness accessible for anyone, anywhere. They offer a free app that can be downloaded on a smartphone or programs that can be accessed via the computer. Their mindfulness curriculum is targeted towards school-aged kids grades 1 to 6 and offers a framework for educators and professionals to integrate mindfulness into their classrooms or sessions with children. In addition to the program, this curriculum includes student journals and a parent resource guide to continue mindfulness practices at home. The Center for Healthy Minds was founded by neuroscientist Dr. Richard Davidson in 2008. The Center for Healthy Minds is located at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, where researchers attempt to explore the young mind and the adult mind to learn how to promote well-being and relieve childhood and adulthood suffering. Researchers at the Center for Healthy Minds are continuously conducting research to bring new tools to professionals looking to improve the mental well-being of all clients of all ages. Educators and professionals can receive a free curriculum via email from the Center of Healthy Minds. This curriculum offers ways to implement mindfulness practices into the day. Programs are offered for adult well-being, child well-being, and workplace well-being. They also offer an app that can be downloaded to be used by corporations to provide trainings to their employees. This app is called Healthy Minds at Work. This app includes training sessions, guided meditation, breathing exercises, progress tracking, and check-ins with the Healthy Mind reports. The Kindness curriculum is a curriculum that comes from the Center of Healthy Minds. Lisa Fluke and Laura Pinger are researchers at the Center for Healthy Minds. These researchers created what's called the Kindness curriculum. It's a 12-week program that is intended to be practiced 2 times per week, 20 minutes each time. In their research study, they used pre-K and kindergarten classrooms to test the effectiveness of the Kindness curriculum. Their research findings showed that students who went through this curriculum showed more empathy and kindness and a greater ability to self-regulate their emotions. This kindness curriculum is designed around what they call the ABCs. The ABCs are attention, breath, caring, emotions, forgiveness, and gratitude. These ABCs are key concepts of the kindness curriculum. Research reports that mindfulness interventions have the ability to decrease problematic behavior in the classroom setting. The American Psychological Association reports that other benefits that have been seen from implementing mindfulness interventions are lower levels of stress, improvements in impulse control, improvements in focus and concentration, increase in self-awareness, development of empathy towards others, sleep improvements, and increased ability to manage stress, emotions, and behaviors. With these possible improvements, students and children can have a better opportunity to excel in academics and social situations inside and outside of the school setting. Participating individuals in mindfulness interventions are not just the students or clients, but the practitioner as well can experience positive benefits from practicing mindfulness. Integrating mindfulness can be effective in the classroom setting, group setting, or when working with individuals. For FO, we are beginning to work individually and will work up to working in groups. In addition to his morning mindfulness practices, FO also engages in whole group mindfulness instruction in the classroom. The classroom teacher uses parts of the kindness curriculum for scheduled short mindfulness sessions, as well as Go Noodle for scheduled and unscheduled breathing, yoga, and movement breaks for her students before and after transitions. She reports that the class as a whole is notably more calm when transitioning to a new activity, and some students independently ask for a mindfulness break. It's possible that mindfulness interventions in schools or in other clinical settings can experience limitations. Limitations of implementing mindfulness can be the lack of access to a quiet environment to practice mindfulness, lack of technology access to use the online mindfulness resources, as well as lack of flexibility within the scheduling of the day. Some concluding thoughts about mindfulness. Mindfulness is about bringing complete awareness to where you are, what you're doing, what you're feeling and thinking, and what's going on around you. Being mindful is involved in living fully in the present moment. Mindfulness can be integrated into everyday activities or into scheduled private times dedicated to practice. Mindfulness can be used individually or by professionals working with individuals, groups, or organizations. Mindfulness can be implemented into settings such as classrooms as well as other clinical settings. Research suggests that implementing mindfulness into classroom settings can be effective for decreasing problematic behavior. Mindfulness can also reduce stress for educators themselves as well as other professionals. There are various free or low cost mindfulness resources that can be accessed on a phone or computer, and mindfulness can be practiced by anyone, anytime, anywhere. This concludes the Mindfulness Intervention FO case study.